So, what, 2003, about or thereabouts, you take this writing class and lean in toward writing. What happens? You just kind of like, I'm just going to have a little bit of fun, or do you immediately take it serious?
At first, it's just a little bit of fun, but it doesn't take very long for me to get to a serious place and think, you know what, I think I could not necessarily get something big published, but I'm going to write something bigger. I'm going to do more than, just the exercise, or the exercise is assigned or always going to be for the novel that I'm working on at that time. So that class, I finished the legal thriller. And then I started a book about three girls who find a book and create a secret cooking club. And I work on the secret cooking club book I draft it very quickly, probably in 6 or 8 weeks. The main character's name is going to be Kelly Quinn. And that's the book. It's going to be Kelly Quinn's Secret Cooking Club. And I bang out a draft really quickly. And I'm like, I wasn't thinking of writing for children really, but that's the voice that this came out. My kids were right in that age, so I was surrounded by the voices often, and I banged out that draft really quickly, and then rewrote it with the help of that class and critique partners for a year or more, before I felt like, maybe I will see if I can get a literary agent and see what I can do with this. Researched agents, sent it to 18, and one of them read it and said, I think there's something really good here. The first thing I'd like you to do is consider rewriting it, which isn't necessarily what I wanted to hear, but her comments made sense. And it ended up not being a complete rewrite. I made the changes, particularly to the ending. And then she signed me on as a client once she saw the rewrite. And thereafter, she sold it pretty quickly to Simon and Schuster.
The original ending was they all died, and thank goodness you changed it because then there could be sequels, right?
Yeah.
So, esteemed audience, we should say that's 2003 that happens.
2003 is probably when I started writing. The book Just Add Magic, so Kelly Quinn's Secret Cooking Club was thereafter renamed Just Add Magic because it was shorter and snappier. And that ended up coming out in 2010. It was probably sold more like 2008. Those publication timelines are really long.
So I wanted to point out, just, you just had 18 agents, and then the 18th one wanted to rewrite. That's a whole different world for querying, esteemed audience. The query minds are very different now. If you're in despair because it's been longer than 18 queries, well, number one, keep going. Improve your craft. Maybe there's something you could do to improve things a little bit as well. But 18, that's still 17 rejections. That has to feel like a lot before you get that 18th, even back in 2003, 2004, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, rejection is a huge part of this job, and probably the hardest part, because this work it's very, very personal. Not only do you put your own blood, sweat, and tears and time into it, it's a lot of heart. It's a lot of, it's your ideas, it's my ideas, it's my creation. Each one of my projects, I love, I think it's a masterpiece. So getting rejections can be hurtful, and it is sometimes difficult not to get down and sort of pull back up by the bootstraps and keep going. And 18 at the time felt like a lot, but when I look back, and if I was talking to someone about querying agents, 18 does not seem like a huge number to me. And it wouldn't surprise me if people are querying 30 and 50 agents.
Yeah, no, that to me, that's the fairy tale.
Yeah.
Only 17 rejections. Now you're going to go on and you're going to get some rejections elsewhere. It's never all easy street from that moment. But 18, that's pretty good. I take that.